I'm gonna ask you the same question I just asked my wife that she said no to. Wanna go get groceries with me? It's actually not really a ton of groceries, it's more just like 2 items, and it's for me because I want smoothies, but it's groceries, technically. I cannot find the peanut butter. Found it. That stupid cart locked up on me. I've never had that happen before. Anyway, got the groceries. Cool. So today is a work day for me. So there's a lot of me just sitting at a computer not doing much. So I figured I would make a video based on an answer that I get asked a lot. And that is, how do I get gigs? How do I become a gigging drummer? And obviously that's a very important thing if you want to do this as a job. But I would argue that yes, getting gigs is important, but almost more importantly, how do you keep the gigs that you already have and get? So I'm going to kind of unpack that a little bit and kind of go over that. So first, obviously, to get the gig, you have to be good at your instrument. You have to be good at whatever you're doing. You can't just expect things to happen when you're not skilled. That's a given. And another one, you have to have great sounding gear, whether that be invest or you just make what you have sound amazing, which there's a lot of gear you can get that's not as expensive that you can make sound amazing. I've done it for years. Sometimes getting better gear and just getting the industry standard is just a lot easier and just more cost effective. So it's kind of up to you to weigh what is worth that. But all that to be said, that's getting the gig requirements. You have to meet specific requirements for them to hire you on. But then once you have the gig, how do you ensure that you're gonna continue to be called back? Obviously, a large portion of this is dependent on the person hiring you, dependent on if the venue wants to keep booking you or if the shows keep rolling in. A lot of that is just out of your control, but what is actually in your control to ensure that you're the one that they call back when there are gigs available. And I think there are a couple things that you can do that will prove, at least for me, have proven to be successful and helped my career grow. As of right now, which it's October 16th, 2020, I currently play for 4 different groups on a regular basis. And then that's for live shows. For recording gigs, I currently work on a regular basis with 3 different producers. There's a lot of one-offs and stuff like that. But as far as people that call me on a regular basis, there's three producers that call me, and then drum lessons and everything else. But how do I keep those people continuing to call me and continuing to ask if I am available, or to put me at the top of their list for people to call? One of the things, and the first thing that I think is huge, is obviously show up prepared. Knowing the songs backwards and forwards, and not just knowing your part of the song, but knowing other people's parts of the songs, or at least being familiar with them. That way you can, That way you can relate better with those people. You can relate better with the group as a whole. And if something does go wrong, you can easily identify it, and you can adapt quicker versus kind of waiting for somebody to tell you. This camera is not, it's like cutting my head off. Better. All right, number 2, obvious, but have great sounding gear. If you're a drummer, make sure that your drums are in tune with the room, not just with each other, with themselves, but make sure that they're sounding good in the room. Make sure that you are communicating with other musicians based on feel and loudness in the room, because every room is going to be different, especially this is primarily for drums or guitarists. Every room is going to be different. Every room is going to react to your instrument. It's not all about you. Do not overtake the sound. I've done this before, and I'm sure every musician has. Don't do it. Number 3. If you're running the computer, if you're running tracks and everything else, which for drummers a lot of us do, be able to be flexible with that. Be able to serve the artist, serve the group as best you can. Whether that be they want to change the arrangement from the MP3 that they gave you to rehearse, to they just don't want tracks altogether. It's okay, you're not gonna die. If that's part of your job, then that's just part of your job. Be the professional and just keep going with it, even if the artist is doing something that is not what they sent you originally. Be flexible. That kind of leads me to the last point, and honestly probably the most important point, because everybody, there's always going to be somebody that can play. There's always going to be somebody that can do it just as well as you, if not better. So what causes people to call you back versus calling the other 100 people? And that all comes down to be a personable person. Be somebody that they are okay and they are cool to hang out with. Be somebody that is comfortable to be around. Don't always create friction in a group. Whenever you're in a group setting, there's going to be a little bit of having to sacrifice your own personal preferences so that the group is more happy, more enjoyable. And ultimately that will just create a better dynamic, a stronger bond, and it'll cause people to want to be around you more and want to call you back for more gigs. Sometimes a more skilled musician may not be the first person that they're going to call first, and they may call you instead, who's not as seasoned. The reason that they would do that is because they like being around you. People are going to work with people they want to be around and people they enjoy being around over people that are more qualified if they don't have the right personality. Okay, that's about it. That's all I got. If you have any more questions, feel free to hit me up on Instagram or comment down below. Okay. Okay, it's been a couple hours. I did some editing on some tracks, some that I recorded yesterday. If you want a video on how I do, like how I edit, how I approach like editing drums in Pro Tools or even in Ableton, let me know down in the comments or shoot me a message, and I'll make that. Anyway, it's 5 o'clock now, and I gotta get out of here. I gotta go get some sun or something like that. Okay, I'm gonna call it there. Better. I'm gonna call it there. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this video helped you. If it did, let me know. Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay up to date on any new videos that I post and what's going on. Thanks guys, I appreciate it.